you. My name is Soniya Meghani, and I'm a nutritionist by profession, nutritionist as well as a dietitian. And as she has already mentioned about my expertise in the field of weight management, so I practice in Mumbai. I run 4 clinics, and my career of 15 years have seen weight management cases for weight loss, weight gain. I work with metabolic disorders as well. So we do diabetes reversal as well. So diabetes is not something that you have to live with throughout life. You can reverse, and for that matter, any metabolic disorder. So if we're looking at cholesterol, we're looking at blood pressure, everything can be reversed with the right diet and lifestyle modifications. So today's topic is all about our lifestyle modifications and how to achieve our health goals. So I'm sure this new year has begun with a very great energy for all of you all, and you must have all made some resolutions like Riddhi has mentioned before. She's looking at her health goals. We all at the beginning of the year start with full enthusiasm, looking at losing weight, maybe attaining good health, good wealth, of course, a happy atmosphere, everything. So how do we achieve these goals? And what are the hindrances that come in our way? So let us go through this presentation, and it's a more of a discussion. So I'll be more than happy to talk to all of you all, and we can discuss about your goals as well as we go through the program. So let us see some statistics regarding achieving goals. So 80% of the people have no goals in the first place. 20% of the people who try to make goals. So out of them, 14% set goals. Now, setting a goal means you write down something, you pen it down, that this is something I wish to achieve in this year. But out of that, only 6% of the people actually achieve their goal. So what are the reasons that people are not able to achieve or unable to achieve their targets? So the first and the foremost thing is that you have to make a decision. Sometimes we are not sure in life that what are we looking for? Is it weight loss? Is it good health? Is it inch loss? We're talking from the nutrition perspective. Apart from that, we also have other goals in life. That are we looking at growing our wealth? Are we looking at being happy with yourself, or something like improving a relationship? So whatever it is, whatever your goal is, the most important part is to decide. To decide means to write it down, to pen it down. So our brain, it functions into two parts. 10% of the brain is our logical brain, the one which gives us reasoning, right and wrong. But 90% of our brain is the subconscious brain, that is called the emotional brain. And that doesn't work with reasoning. It works with our emotions, the way we feel. And if we wish to synchronize both these brains and achieve our target, it is very important that we pen down our goals. So writing our goals is very, very important. After you have done the first part of knowing that what is your need or what is your goal, we have to show some kind of commitment towards it. So we have to commit towards the goal. So if my goal is to avoid unhealthy food this year, I will start taking baby steps. It is always baby steps that will help you achieve a goal, and never a giant leap. So you have to start taking small baby steps, like avoiding evening snacks. The evening is a time when most of the people feel like eating the junk food. The office people have this easy options available around them. There is samosa, there's shev puri, they have so much cravings, and they feel like having all of that. So we try to make small changes by committing ourselves to having something healthy during that time. The third and the most important is the focus. Now, what happens is when the beginning of the year, January, we are all very enthusiastic about our goals. We try to do our walking regularly. We follow our diet plan also if it's a health goal. We're doing most of the things. But as the months pass by, we get busy. We have life. We have work. We have children around us. We have family to look after. And ultimately, we give ourselves a setback. So we say our focus shifts. So when our focus shifts from our goal, then it is more likely that we drift away from our goal. So if we are strong on the three components of deciding, committing, and focusing on our goal, then do we achieve success in our health goals. So weight management is a global pandemic. It is a goal for everyone across not only India but across the world. Weight loss is the most common goal that people set during the new year, that you were looking at a certain leaner self of yours. So how do we manage this weight management? Let us see some statistics in India. What is happening? 1 in every 4 Indians is now obese. Okay, these are the recent. This is a recent survey from the National Family Health Survey, and obesity has increased at a national level from 21% to 24% among women, and 19% to 23% among men. So this is not only in India. Of course, we live in India, so that's why I've put this statistics. But it is across the world that we see people are getting obese, or obesity has become a global pandemic. Now, why is it a concern? Why obesity is a growing concern? Because it is a leading cause of several non-communicable diseases. So a rise is seen in all the metabolic disorders like high blood pressure, cholesterol, then there is diabetes, then there are risks related to the liver, then there are risk of stroke. All this comes along with obesity, and that is why obesity is a growing concern. Okay. So lifestyle changes. It is not about following a diet plan and losing weight and then you gain it all again. It is about a lifestyle change. So you have to make certain changes in your life that is going to stay with you throughout life, so that you can stay healthy or maintain your weight or be physically fit or be free from all the diseases. Yes, that is possible only with lifestyle changes. Now, there are 6 reasons why healthy lifestyle changes do not work. Okay, so why would we not achieve our goal? First is the need for instant results. So many of my patients, they come to me with a urgency of losing weight. There's an emergency. So I have a wedding in the family and I need to lose weight, or that is one of the reasons. Or maybe you want to see instant results, like you have just started having something healthy. Maybe you've given up on wheat, you've given up on rice. Maybe you started having a jawar or a bajra or a ragi, and then you start observing yourself. And 1 week down the line, you want to see the results. So that the need for instant results, that is not going to help us achieve our ultimate goal. Second is when you set the wrong goals, unachievable goal. So maybe you push your body too hard. You want to work out for 2 hours in a day. You set a wrong goal. Or maybe you want to lose 10 kgs in 1 month. They come with an urgency that this has to happen because there's a wedding in the family and I need to lose 10 kgs in 1 month. That's not a practical goal. So if you're setting a wrong goal, you will definitely not achieve it. You're not enjoying the process. The third thing is when you do not enjoy what you're doing, you're forcibly doing. So you do not like your soup, you do not like your salad, you do not like to go for a walk. Maybe you like some other physical activity, but you do not like what you're doing. So if you forcibly do something, you will not be able to contain it for a longer period of time. And hence you will give up on your goal. Fourth is you have too high expectations. It is very connected. Like, you have high expectations from your body. You want to see the results immediately. You have started, you've given up on sugar and you want to see a diabetes reversal in 1 week, 2 weeks. It doesn't happen that way. You have to give it proper time. There's 3 months that you require for reversal. There is 1 whole week that you have to do hard work to see weight loss results. So everything you have to give proper time. Fifth is if you do not keep track. So not keeping a track is a bad idea, because sometimes when you are on a diet plan or on a food plan, you adhere to the plan. Maybe you feel you're adhering to the plan 100%, but there are munchings happening, there's snacking happening in between. So in between meals, you're having something and you don't realize that that is wrong. Maybe for that scenario, we should maintain a food diary to keep a track of what we are eating or what we are doing. This is all related to the nutrition and the diet part, but even if for other goals, we can keep a track. So if our goal is there, every week we need to keep a track, whether we are taking steps towards the goal or no. And the last point is that you have to do it all alone. So when you are the only one who is following a plan, maybe a food plan, and have some restrictions in your diet, and when the entire family around you is eating everything delicious and you feel like having those foods, or maybe your friends are socializing with you and you feel like, so if you are the only person doing it and the others around are maybe not the same way, maybe they don't need it, so that's when it is high chances that you're going to leave the diet. Yeah. Do we have some queries so far? Or shall I move ahead, Riddhi? I think we can move ahead. Okay. So how do we get motivated? So what is the motivation that we require to change our lifestyle? So consistency is the key. It is very, very important that we be consistent. We may see the result 1 week, we may not see the result 1 week, which is not, it's over a period of time that you see the difference in your health. Okay, that health requires time to heal. It's over these years that you have developed a certain weight or a certain disease. So it's not going to go back in a week or in a month. You have to give it proper time. Even our cells rejuvenate in 3 months. So if you're looking at a hair loss problem or a skin problem, everything will happen when you give it a stipulated period of time. So consistency is the key. It's not that it's not happening, so I give it up, right? So we have to be consistent. Change one thing at a time. So you shouldn't make too many changes in your lifestyle that you are not able to cope up with. Sometimes we try to do everything, we've heard a motivational speech and we are like, okay, we do this, we'll do that, we go for workout, we'll follow a plan. Morning we go for walking, evening we go to the gym. Too many things in the platter. We are not able to achieve it. Okay, so we have to change one thing at a time. It takes 21 days to form a habit. So ideally, if you start doing something for 20 days, the 21st day, you will be able to do it by yourself. So you have to give your body time to adapt a healthy lifestyle. Okay. Tracking your progress. Now that is very important. These days, it is very easy to track your weight, your BMI, your body fat, or maybe your random sugar if you're looking for weight. So whatever your concern is, you have to keep tracking your progress. If you're doing a 5,000 step daily, you increase it to 1 more 1,000. So whatever you're doing, keep tracking your progress. That gives you the motivation to work harder and to achieve your goal. Learn from your mistakes. We are humans. We tend to do a lot of mistakes when we're going through a lifestyle change. Maybe I overindulged. There was a wedding and I had to eat outside, or maybe I just wanted to eat. I wanted to socialize with my friend. I wanted to drink, so I had some drinks, and I feel guilty about it. Don't feel guilty about it, but learn from your mistake. The next time when you go, you try to maybe eat something, a meal before you go outside with your friends, so that you know that I will not be overeating or overindulging in anything. And always reward yourself. Loving yourself is important. So weight loss is generally taken as a punishment to the body. Oh my God, I have to go through this regime. It is not a regime, or it is not something which is very starvation, or you have to stay hungry and you have to not eat food and lose weight. It's not about me. It's about eating weight. It's about feeling healthy, feeling more energetic than you were before, and you have to reward yourself. It is not about giving up on all your favorite things. You have to eat whatever you like. Once in a week, you should cheat and you should have whatever you like. If you've achieved some weight loss, if you've achieved some small goal of your life, reward yourself. Go to the spa, do things that you love. So if you reward yourself, your body feels happy and motivated to go further with this goal, right? So let's go on to the ideal body weight. There are so many instruments these days to calculate your body weight, your BMI, then there is a body fat analyzer. But at home, if you want to know what is your ideal body weight, there is a simple formula which is known as the Broca's index. So the Broca's index is you have to calculate your height in centimeters. So if I am like 157 centimeters, you have to just minus 100. Male or female, you minus 100 and you can get your ideal body weight. So that is 57 kg. So this is the most easiest and the simplest way that you could calculate your ideal body weight. Apart from that, there are WHO health standard charts which you could follow for ideal body weight as per your height, as per your age, and as per your gender. So this is one thing that I wanted to guide you about. So as our forte today is on losing weight, I'm going to help you with 12 tips that will help you lose weight. So if weight loss is one of your goals, how do we achieve that? Okay, so first and foremost is do not skip breakfast. We've heard this plenty of time that we're not supposed to skip the breakfast. Why is it so important to not skip breakfast? Because we have been having a fast for the entire night, 8-12 hour fasting. So we need to obviously provide glucose to the brain. The brain needs glucose and the body needs protein. We need protein for satiety, for feeling full. So if there is enough protein in our breakfast, it is less likely that we cheat. The research has proven that those people who have breakfast are generally full by their lunchtime and do not have like 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock cravings, and do not indulge into unhealthy food throughout the day. So breakfast is very, very important, and a protein rich breakfast. So mostly Indian diet is based on a vegetarian meal, which is good, but we have to have some kind of protein consciously included in your diet. So if you're eating eggs is the best source of protein. Eggs is good for breakfast. If you're a vegetarian, then as you can see, idli is a combination of rice and dal, which is again considered as a complete protein. So when you combine rice and dal, it becomes a complete protein. So that is a good source of protein. Yeah, if you're just having a poha or upma, that is just carbohydrate. So we need to consciously add some kind of protein to your breakfast every day for high satiety and for maintaining your cravings throughout the day. Second, eating your regular meals is very important. Living in Mumbai, we all are very busy with our work schedules, with our life. So we do not have time to have a breakfast, and then we directly have a lunch, maybe a late lunch, and then dinner, and then bedtime cravings are there. So we should always have a breakfast, a mid-morning, lunch, tea time, dinner, and bedtime. These pillars are very important so that you do not get sudden sugar cravings in your body. So when your body is starting craving, then you eat anything and everything that is available around you. You don't have time to think. So if you maintain this kind of regular meals, you will not have cravings. Now, what are these pillars like? So breakfast, as I already mentioned, complete meal with carbs and proteins. Mid-morning can be something like fruits and nuts. So fruits will give you all the antioxidants. Nuts are very important again for protein and satiety. Lunch has to be a complete meal, carbs, roti, sabzi, salad, chas, dal, everything, so that you're full throughout the day. Most of the Indian diets are lacking in protein. Again, in the lunch part, it is either it's a packed lunch or something. So we have our roti and our vegetables, but dal is not a part of every dal or sprouts or anything that is giving us protein is not a part of our lunch every single day. It's just once or twice in a week. So that's where we are lacking. Tea time has to be very important. This is the time when everybody craves unhealthy food. We have a craving for salty food. So we have to make sure that our diet snacks, our roasted chanas and makanas and everything is there with us when we are hungry during this time. Dinner is very important. There's actually a late evening snack also, like a soup or something, so that your dinner is proportionate and not very binge eating for dinner, because as you know, after dinner, you are not going to burn any calories. You're going to straight go to bed. So dinner has to be a nice, it can be carbs and proteins both, but it has to be a balanced meal. And bedtime could be a glass of milk or turmeric milk for that matter, turmeric latte, so that we get a good sleep in the night. So having these kind of regular meals is very, very important so that we are able to maintain our weight or lose weight. Fruits and vegetables, cannot emphasize more about them, but yes, they are very, very crucial. 5 fruits and vegetables. So I mean by 5 servings of fruits and vegetables in our day is very important. This will help us with the required fiber or roughage that our body needs. So again, my focus is on increasing the satiety so that you all feel full throughout the day, and it helps with weight loss. Apart from weight loss, the antioxidant effects, the vitamins and the minerals that we are going to get from this, it's going to help us in getting rid of all the metabolic disorders, even for that matter, carcinogens. So fruits and vegetables have a very positive effect on our body. So we make sure that we have consciously a mixture of 5 fruits and vegetables in a day. NEAT. I don't know how many of you have heard about NEAT, but I have spoken about this on my Instagram page. So NEAT is non exercise, activity, thermogenesis. It is very, very important. We are leading a sedentary lifestyle. We are sitting most of the time. Our jobs are very easy, sitting on the desk, maybe even in the house. We have few hours where we sit in one place. So getting more active is very important. Now, how do we do that? We all know that we have to keep moving around. So when we are done with the dinner table, we should make sure that we pick up the food and keep it in place, clean the dinner table, that kind of an exercise. Maybe we're getting a phone call, so we don't sit in one place and talk. We walk and talk. That is how we increase our needs. So this kind of thermogenesis will also help in burning few calories. So maybe you have a train station nearby. You don't need to take a rickshaw. Maybe you could just walk down to the station. Maybe you walk down one stop ahead and come back home. So all this extra walking throughout the day, taking the stairs, not taking the elevator, small changes does have a benefit effect on your health, on your weight, and on your medical conditions. So it is very important to keep our needs high. So it is not only important that we do a 1 hour exercise every day, but throughout the day, our body should be active. We shouldn't be someone who is sedentary, lazy, sitting in one place, and then just 1 hour we go to the gym, come back from the gym, and again we're sedentary, lazy, sitting in one place. That's not going to help us. We have to be active throughout the day, and that's going to help us in fat loss in the long run and maintaining that fat loss. Plenty of water. The most neglected nutrient is water. Everyone knows, we've heard a lot about drinking plenty of water. Most of the patients that come to me are drinking 1 to 2 liters of water, which is below the requirement of our body. We all know 70% of the cells are made up of water. We need to replenish. We need to detox our body with water. Cleansing is the most important part, removing toxins from the body. If not enough water, then we will have issues like bloatedness, water retention. So lack of water is a big problem, especially if you're looking for weight loss. Approximate consumption for females is more than 2.7, that's approximately 3 liters, and males can go to 3.7 to 4 liters of water throughout the day. Of course, there are seasonal variations, and if you're exercising, you have to keep yourself more hydrated. So this is about the importance of water. Eating high fiber foods. As I am focusing on high satiety, we need to eat more fiber rich foods. Now this is a picture that shows you some millets. And millets are not new to us. This is not something that has been newly introduced to us. Our forefathers used to have millets long ago. They used to have their bajre ka rotla. They used to have their jawar ki roti with a dollop of ghee. They used to have their nachni atta. They used to have their sattu atta. So all this has been used traditionally by our forefathers, parents, their parents, they used to have this and were very healthy. So we again introduce ourselves to these millets. We start having more fiber. So fiber can be attained by, so as we know, the wheat that we get these days is very much refined. So because of the refinement, it leads to lack of fiber in our diet, and that can lead to constipation. So that is why to add some fiber is very important. We can add it by grains, whole grains, any of the whole grains. Oats is a good source of fiber, or even sprouts and pulses do add a good amount of fiber in your diet. So any of these things, even the seeds that you can see in the picture, we have flax seeds, we have halim seeds, they are all adding to the fiber in your diet. And the fiber is a very important role in weight loss, in providing satiety, and in giving your body nourishment. So our body requirement is 40 grams per person per day, which we are not meeting if we are having a refined food diet. Seventh point is that you have to read food labels. This is very, very important. Because our lifestyle is so busy, we do not have to cook food. We are dependent sometimes on taking ready-made food items. Sometimes we pick up a packet of chips. Sometimes we pick some instant noodles. So are we aware what goes into these products? Are there too much preservations? What is exactly going in this product that's going to harm our body? So we have to go through that. If we are thinking that we are having fruit juices, go through the labels. I am not going to give you any brand names, but just go through the label of fruit juices. You're paying for 1 liter of water, sugar, color, and preservative. fruit pulp is hardly 5% in that whole bottle. Even if it's there, these products that you're using have been gone through so much processing. There's hardly any vitamin and mineral left in the product. So there is no point of having a fruit juice, which you think is healthy, but ultimately you're just having a sugary drink. So anything that you pick up that is a packaged food, you have to, ideally, as a nutritionist, none of the packaged foods are considered healthy. There's a lot of preservation. Obviously, because it's a packaged food, you have to preserve it. There's a lot of packaged calories. There's a lot of trans fat that goes into preparing this. There's cheap palm oil used for preparing all these products. So none of the packaged foods are advised. But if you are using some of these products, thinking that this could be maybe a healthy alternative, for that matter, I could say soups. So some of my patients, they come and ask me for soup. Can we take the ready-made soups available? So can you just go and read the label? What is the ready-made soup made up of? It is made up of dehydrated vegetables. Do you think you get some vitamins from the dehydrated vegetables? The vitamin C is destroyed when you dehydrate the vegetables. All the water-soluble vitamins present in the vegetables are destroyed when you expose it to heat. So there is nothing that you're getting. And apart from that, the base of the product is starch. So you're just having starchy water with some dehydrated vegetables. So think before you buy something, because the gimmicks are such that they try to show that this product is very healthy. It is good for your health. You should have a soup. You should have the juices. But read the labels. Be aware, and then pick up a product. Okay. Next, this is used by many countries, not in India though, but abroad. Yeah, we see the French and Korean. These people, they eat in smaller plates. So what you see in this picture, the portion of food is equal in all the three plates. But the bigger plate looks empty because obviously the plate is big and the portion size looks smaller. So what happens is mindful eating. We eat through our mind. So we feel we are eating less food. In fact, with this kind of plate, we might go for a second serving because our mind thinks we have not eaten enough. Our plate is empty. The medium-sized plate also has some space. So this plate, if you're eating in a medium-sized plate and you know that you've eaten this much portion, but there's still some space left. So you might just end up eating a extra serving of dessert maybe. This is just an example. And the smaller size plate that you see is looking over full. So if you take a smaller size plate and the same portion of food, you might just feel that your brain will feel that, oh, there's so much food in this plate. I may not be able to finish this. You might actually remove some food. So it's not about eating less, but mindful eating is very important. Consciously eating is very important. So do not overeat unconsciously. If you're consciously hungry and you want to eat, definitely eat it. But if you are not mindful about what you're eating and unconsciously eating extra calories, please try to avoid this. Yeah? Do not ban your favorite foods. Again, I'm mentioning these things. So we all have our favorite foods. We love some mithais. We love some cakes, some pastries, some cheesecake. We are not going to ban this for life, forever, because that's not going to work. Our emotions, as I say, work more than our logical thinking. So if we're thinking logically and saying, no, we're not supposed to have any sugar in this month, we are not going to sustain that goal. So we have to always treat ourselves. So if you are meeting your daily calorie requirement and you think you can squeeze in your favorite dessert, do squeeze in your favorite dessert. You need not avoid it forever. Maybe you've achieved your target, do have whatever you like. So you have to always treat yourself and do not ban your favorite foods, because ultimately if you're doing it for a longer time, it has to be sustainable. Do not stock up on junk food. This is very crucial because we all have this habit. Netflix is in, so we have to do some binge watching and sometimes, and then we are craving in the night what to eat, what not to eat, and obviously no energy to cook anything. So whatever's available in our pantry, all the chips, all the junk food comes out at that time, and we start indulging. So the more we keep healthier foods in our kitchen, in our pantry, more of stocking up on your fruits and your diet snacks and your healthy nuts and all, everything around you, you will not eat this junk food. So less junk food at home is always a better option. Cutting down on alcohol, many people may not like this, but yes, this is true. 1 gram alcohol can give us 7 calories. And if you're looking for weight loss, alcohol is a high calorie drink. So we will have to cut down on alcohol. Of course, I'm saying not to completely ban. We can have our weekends, we could enjoy, we could socialize. There is a proportion that we have to maintain, and we can always, in fact, with the alcohol, it is the starters that are more dangerous than the alcohol itself, or maybe it is a combination that we are doing. So if you're having it with water, it's actually less calories. If you're having it with soda, it is more calories. That is upon you how to cut it down. But yes, cutting down on alcohol is important for weight loss as well. Planning your meals. This is the last point. So planning your meals is very, very important. So what will happen is that when we plan a week, we have a busy schedule. So we have to plan in advance our breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, everything. And we have to make our shopping list accordingly. Those items that we need for preparing your breakfast, for your lunch, for your dinner has to be available to you. Sometimes because we do not have a planned dinner, maybe we've come back tired from work and we do not know what is there for dinner. The most easiest thing is to make something which is a ready-to-eat food or an instant noodles, because we don't know what is there. We haven't planned anything. We haven't kept anything ready for us. So planning your meals is very important if you're looking at a weight loss goal. So these are some tips that can help you with weight loss goals. Apart from this, I wanted to also touch upon a small topic, that is a fad diet. So there are many new diets available in the market, and they wanted me to speak about the fad diets that are available. Do they work? So because suddenly, what is a fad diet? So according to the Oxford Dictionary, it is an intense enthusiasm for something without any basis on the pseudoscience. So we do not have any much scientific background to support these kind of diet. But yes, there is a significant weight loss. It may give you a health benefit. It may not give you a health benefit. It is mostly promoted by celebrities or other people, influencers around you, who try to show you the benefits of these diet, or maybe you see the benefits. You look at them and say that, yeah, these people are following kind of a fat diet and they're seeing great results, so we should also follow. But there is no science behind these diets. So some of the diets which I will be briefing you about are the ones which are very common these days. So we have this vegan diet, which is a plant-based diet, which includes no animal protein. Then we have a keto diet, which is having a high fat and a high dairy products diet. Then we have a paleo diet, and we have a Mediterranean diet. So there are many different kind of diet plans that are available in the market, and you must be confused as to which diet should we follow. So the first keto diet was originally used to treat epilepsy. Okay, so to treat seizures, this kind of diet was very popular. Now, this is a very popular diet across the world, but it has to be done very cautiously if you need to do it. Okay, this diet has many restrictions. It is very difficult to adhere to this diet, because the ketogenic diet says that there is a complete restriction of carbohydrates. You increase your protein intake. So if you're a vegetarian, of course, it's very difficult for you to touch your protein intake. So you have to increase your protein intake. Apart from that, the problems arise when the individuals are trying to increase their dietary fat intake. So keto diet also focuses on using fat as a source of energy and not carbohydrate as a source of energy. So to make fat as a source of energy, we have to increase the fat in our food. So they ask you to take more of butter, coconut oil, fatty meats or fatty oils, and all this can lead to some side effects in your body, metabolic and your cardiovascular health can get affected. That is, your heart health can get affected, because our body has a certain limitation of fat that we can take. So if it's our diet plan that we are designed, like there are guidelines by the National Institute of Nutrition, 70% has to be maybe carbohydrates, 20% has to be a protein, 5 to 10% can be the fat. We cannot do a reversal. We cannot do 40 to 50% of fats and 40 to 50% of proteins and neglect the carbohydrates. Our brain needs the carbohydrates for proper functioning, and too much of these fats and oils and butter is going to ultimately affect our heart health. So keto diet has its, you can say, pros and cons. Next, this is the most famous diet, intermittent. Most people come to me and ask me, should I do an intermittent diet? There's so many health benefits. I say India is been following intermittent for pretty long now. We have our Jain community. They follow a 24-hour system, and 24-hour is like you have to finish your meal by 6 o'clock in the evening. Next day at sunrise, you have to eat your meal, and that is an intermittent fasting. So we have been doing it for a very long time now. So like any other plan, intermittent has its pros and cons. So prolonged fasting or intermittent fasting can give you weight loss. Of course, there is energy restriction, there is weight loss, there are health benefits. It's a 16-hour fast and 8 hours you're feeding yourself. So you will get your desired results. But there was a trial. A trial is a research that had been done. So even if you're doing an intermittent diet or you're doing a continuous calorie restricted diet, a continuous calorie restricted diet is that you not follow a fasting period. You just restrict your carbohydrates, your proteins, your fat as per your dietitian guidelines. And the results for weight loss, for exercise, overall hormonal changes were all similar. So it didn't have a great impact. So either you do an intermittent or you do a continuous whatever eating diet, like a carbohydrate protein restricted diet, you will see the same results. So this is a strategy that works for many people, but not necessarily it will work for all people. So whatever is ideal for you, you can follow. It is not compulsory to follow an intermittent. That's what I'm trying to say. So whatever suits you, you could follow that. Vegan is a very important diet these days. Everybody wants to go vegan. So what is a vegan diet? Basically, we are avoiding animal products in this diet. We are avoiding eggs. We are avoiding dairy. We are even avoiding honey because it's an animal product. We are avoiding anything that is made up of gelatin. So while incorporating very healthy whole foods, Indian diet can easily be a vegan diet because we have so many options, so many grains that are there that we can easily consume. So that's not a problem. Plants are there, even nuts and seeds and legumes are there that can help you meet your requirement. Many celebrities are doing this diet, so there's nothing wrong. Vegetables and fruits. Vegan diet is a restricted diet, but it has a risk of putting you at a nutrient deficiency. So sometimes there are certain vitamins, minerals, micronutrients, minerals, magnesium, zinc, you can get deficient in those minerals if you're following a vegan diet. So if you wish to follow a certain kind of a diet, you have to make sure that you're meeting your requirement. So if you're following a vegan diet and you do not know what are the protein sources, how do I meet my protein requirement? Then you will be at a suboptimal protein intake, because for our body need, we need 45 to 50 grams of protein per person per day. So if you're following a vegan, make sure you know the protein sources, make sure what are your options, meet someone, a nutritionist, a dietitian who could help you with the options available, and then go ahead. Don't just read it on the internet and start following a vegan diet because it's so trending these days. You know? So there are trials which we have, trials and researches that have been done comparing the vegetarian diet to the non-vegetarian diet do result in weight loss, but a better option could be if you could be a lacto-vegetarian, because dairy is also a very important source of protein for people with Indian diet especially. So we need our milk, we need our yogurt for probiotic, we need our paneer to give us protein. And if you are over-vegetarian is people who have eggs and vegetarian food. So that also is one variety of going vegan. So choose what suits you best and then go ahead with these kind of diets. And the last and the most important part, exercise. So if you want to achieve any health goal, for that matter, we are going to talk about everything: skin, hair, metabolic disorders, weight loss and weight gain. Everything comes to one solution, and that is your exercise. So exercise is a crucial part. There are different forms of exercise available. You can do a 10,000 step, you can do your yoga, you can do your Pilates, you can play, you can just go and play tennis, you do your swimming, whatever suits you, you can do. But exercise has to be a part of your regime. So 5 times in a week you have to do. So it's actually a minimum of 150 minutes that you have to give in a week for exercise, which will help you reduce your health risk throughout life. It will actually help you in delaying your health risk and also your aging process. So it strengthens your bones, it strengthens your muscle, and it is very, very important for improving your mental health. All the illnesses come because of stress. So if we have stress, we are going to invite more and more metabolic issues, weight issues, the fat hormones, cortisol get released when you are stressed. So if you're stressed, only thing that can exercise can help you is release endorphins. So any form of exercise you do, you will release endorphins and you will suddenly start feeling very happy. And that will improve your mental health. If your mental health is good, your overall physical health will definitely be good. And lastly, it will help you sleep well. Sleeping is very important. Again, it is very neglected these days because of our screen time has been increased. We have a habit of watching our phone, maybe laptop, some Netflix, some OTT. So what happens is all these things, the sleep gets disturbed. We do not get a sound sleep. And that is very, very important for us for physical health, mental health, both of this. So an 8-hour sound sleep is very important. This is possible only if you leave your gadgets 2 hours before sleep time. So it's very important that we keep ourselves hydrated. We read our book in the night. We know all this, but we have to inculcate these habits. We all are aware. There's so much knowledge available on the internet, on Instagram. We are all aware. But it is the time that we start inculcating these small, small good habits in our life so that we reach our targets, we reach our goals. So I think this is all that I had to share with all of you. And thank you for being such a patient audience. We can now open up for question and answers, or maybe sharing your views about what you felt about this program, this session.
So thank you so much, Soniya ji. This was such an informative session. And I can see with the likes and the thumbs ups that we are getting that people,
Thank you so much.
Love the session. So I think quickly let's go on to the questions. I can read them out and you can answer. So we've got a couple of questions in the chat box. Somebody has said how to stick to commitment and keep up the focus.
Okay. So it's always when you want to stick to commitment and you keep up your focus. This is basically looking for weight management, or it's just a general question, right?
I think it's just a general question related to goals, like how do you keep up to the commitment of whatever goal that you have set for yourself?
Every day you have to make sure that you have taken one small baby step towards your goal. You have to subconsciously remember your goal, work towards it. Your logical mind will help you, but your subconscious mind will help you much more. So that is why writing, thinking about it, manifesting about it is very, very important. So you think about your goal and think about ways of achieving your goal and take small baby steps. Research has been proven that only those people who take baby steps will easily achieve their goals. So do not make drastic changes. Keep your focus on your goal and take baby steps towards it. So every single day, end of the day, you can review yourself that whether I've done something today to achieve my goal. If not, no worries. Don't feel guilty. There's always another day and you can start again.
Right.
But you have to take steps towards your goal.
Right. That is a very good tip, I think, for everyone and all of us, including me, that, every day try to at least do some small step to your goal so that slowly, slowly you become more committed to it. Great. Yes. There is somebody's asking, can you guide me diet as per my report? I think Mr. Vishal, you can contact Soniya ji directly. She will share her number in the chat box and you can get in touch with her for a personalized consultation. Next we have here is how important is it to consume ghee? What is the ideal quantity?
So ghee is very important. So what has happened is in the past, we have been banning ghee a lot. So ghee had become a no-no because of the saturated fats that it has. So the truth is, yes, ghee has saturated fat. So you cannot overdo it. The quantity that I would suggest is 1 teaspoon per person per day. But it is required. Ghee is required for lubrication. So the lubrication for our joints is very important. And to keep our stomach clean, to provide the nourishment to your body, to your skin, to your digestive system, ghee is an important and integral part of our a diet, and it has been for centuries. We've been eating, our forefathers always used to have their bajre ka rotla with a dollop of ghee. So there is nothing wrong with ghee. We do not need to give up on ghee completely. It is not, so these are these gimmicks or these marketing things that happen. You want to promote something, so you put another product down. So, but that is not the truth. Ghee can be consumed easily by us unless you overdo it. Anything in excess quantity will be harmful for you.
Okay. Somebody's also asked which milk is good, buffalo or cows? There's a lot about A2 cow milk. So how is it different from normal cow's milk? So which type of milk or which
So there are many, milk is actually a big topic because there's a lot of growing concern whether to have milk or not have milk. Milk has antibiotics, milk has, so the cows have been given a lot of injections, and then there is cow milk, and there's buffalo milk, and there is people who have just stopped drinking milk now. Because of all the controversies that we hear, people have stopped drinking milk. So basically, as per what nutrition science says, okay, nutrition says that cow's milk is better to digest. Okay, cow's milk has less amount of fat. Buffalo milk is good for us, difficult to digest. It has high fat. In spite of removing the malai, the milk already has a lot of inbuilt fat. So either or can be consumed, but it depends on what is your requirement. According to that, you can squeeze in your milk. But you need not go to other sources like, there's this almond milk available and all of that also available in the market. So almond milk is just almond juice. It is not almond milk also. But yeah, alternatives are there. Soya milk is a very good source of protein. So it is as per the individual's requirement that we can prescribe.
Okay.
But there's nothing good and bad. They are just controversies associated with these milks.
Right. So I think a few more questions that we've have in the Q&A box. Yeah, what gluten-free snacks would you recommend for dieting? Like she or he, this person is gluten intolerant.
Yeah, so basically we have to avoid the gluten. So wheat is the biggest gluten. So anything that is wheat has to be avoided.
That you recommend which are gluten?
Makhana is gluten-free, I think. Makhana, jawar puff, all the snacks that are available as roasted chana, most of them are gluten-free only.
Okay.
Most of the diet snacks. Wheat can be avoided. Oats are also a good source, so they can also be taken as a snacking option.
Okay.
Even the granola bars are available, which are gluten-free. So granola bars are a very good option. They keep you filled, and they're also gluten-free.
Okay, great. I hope we've answered your question there. Fireless cooking, foods which can take care of health.
You're talking about the air fryer? Are you discussing?
Maybe that, or maybe what this person means is salads or something like that, like raw foods or something.
Yes. So what about it? Like you have to include? Yes, you have to include your salads in your diet, right?
I think what he's asking is which are the fireless cooking foods that they, that can take care of the health.
Okay. So basically fruits and salads, vegetables. So they don't, the less you cook these kind of food, the more benefit you will get. So fruits are something, as I mentioned, they have water soluble vitamins. So those are destroyed. They're heat labile. So heat labile is destroyed on heat. Any kind of processing you do to fruits, then their vitamins are destroyed. So fireless cooking will work for fruits, for vegetables, for nuts, salads, for that options. All this will help you. So the more you eat these kind of foods, the more antioxidants basically you get. What are antioxidants is whatever the damage, free radical damage has happened to your body, that will get reversed. So maybe like a Mediterranean diet approach, So therein they have more of the salads with some olive oil dressing, minimum fire cooking, minimum cooking. They just toss it up, maybe a stir fry or something. Indian diet is not like that. We cook our vegetables till the vegetable is burnt. Our bhindi is cook till the bhindi is almost black. So that is too much fire cooking. So actually we're destroying a lot of nutrients while doing that. But yes, if you're talking about fireless cooking, I can think about the Mediterranean diet approach. So that, of course, it works for many people.
Right. Okay. Next question we have here is how to decide ideal weight goal for wedding season.
So ideal weight goal for any season. I'll tell you how much is the ideal weight loss that you should do. Half to 1 kg per week is the ideal weight loss that you should achieve. If you lose 500 to 1000 calories in 1 week, you will achieve that target with a professional by your side. You follow the food plan, you do your exercise, and you will achieve your target. Now, this target is going to be with you for life. It is not going to come back again. If you have too high targets, if you maybe for go for a starvation diet and achieve more than the desired weight loss, you are more likely to get it back again. So then it becomes like a pendulum clock. You gain, you lose, you gain, and you lose, and ultimately your body is tired. So you are, if you're looking for sustainable weight loss, is half to 1 kg, 2 kgs in a month, 2 to 3 kgs is ideal weight loss as per all the guidelines that we have.
Okay. Right. So next question we have here is, do you recommend soya chunks for vegetarians to fill their daily protein requirements?
It's case to case, but yes, soya protein is a good amount of protein. Like you get 10 grams of protein per 100 grams. So it's a very good source for vegetarians to get their proteins. So it is case specific, but yes, soya protein can be given.
Right. I think somebody's asked a question. What are your views on intermittent fasting? My friend lost 3 kg by just doing that. Is it good for everyone? Somebody has also again a similar question. How to know if intermittent diet will work for me?
So I already spoke about the intermittent fasting.
Yes.
So it doesn't work for everyone. So it's up to you. You can choose it. Yes, you will lose weight. Weight loss, health benefits is there with the intermittent fasting. It's a good diet, and it's been followed by some communities over a long period of time. So it's a very good diet of fasting for a 16-hour span, and in an 8-hour span you have to finish your meal. But it is not possible for everyone to do it. Sometimes your schedule is such you cannot do an 8 to 8. You are not at home by 8. Maybe you have a late night. You don't sleep that early. So it's individual specific. So if you feel like doing it, you can definitely do it. And if you can adjust in that schedule.
That's great. Okay. Next question we have here is that you've mentioned about packaged foods. Are flavored cornflakes and muesli also not healthy?
None of the packaged foods are healthy, because whatever is being promoted on them, they say they're full of vitamins and minerals and added minerals, but ultimately it's a processed food and it requires a lot of preservatives, class 2 preservatives, a lot of colorings that go because of all this color. The strawberry flavor and everything, it's all a color that goes in there. This is causing a lot of hormonal changes in our body because of all these processed foods that we're eating. So ideally, we do not recommend any processed foods. Unless you are in such a position where you're not able to get something for yourself and it's an emergency situation and you need to eat something. But apart from that, no nutritionist will actually promote a packaged food.
Right. Okay. So no cornflakes and flavored cornflakes, I guess.
It's not a good idea to have those things, but yeah, and, you could get those oats and prepare something at home by yourself, then that's a good option.
Okay. Next question we have here is, I love eating desserts after every meal. How can I manage that? Okay.
So I'll tell you about that. The sugar cravings. Okay, this is very important. It happens to mostly, especially to women. Women are more likely to have sugar cravings. So there are reasons behind that. So firstly, as I mentioned, protein. Protein deficiency is very common in Indian diets. So when we are not having enough protein in our breakfast, lunch, and dinner, the 3 important meals, if there is lack of proteins, we are going to have sugar cravings. Okay, so if we are having sugar cravings, what do? We keep healthy substitutes. Now, this was nutrition. Nutrition says that enough protein will curb the sugar cravings. But I'm also an Ayurvedic nutritionist. So I'll explain you a little bit about Ayurveda. Ayurveda says that we need all the tattvas in food. So if sugar or jaggery is a part of your meal, you will not get the post-sugar craving, post-meal sugar craving. So ideally, one element is the sugar, which can be taken, the sugar in the form of a healthy substitute. So a small piece of jaggery will not cause harm. But if she's having a dessert, if she's having a high calorie mithai or fried item, obviously it's going to affect her or his, or whoever's asked the question. So make sure that your protein requirements, if you're having a high protein lunch, you will not crave for sugar.
Right. Okay, so I hope we've answered this question for somebody who loves having dessert after every meal.
We all do, don't we? It's a research that has proven that most of the women have this sugar cravings. Yeah. But we have to give in little to that, you know.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Okay. Next question we have here is, can you share an example of sample meal plan? That's a long question, I guess.
Yeah. So a sample meal plan is like she's looking for a diet plan, you know, but that is based on your calorie requirement, he or she. So and maybe I could give you a brief idea about this. So, morning you can begin your day with some lukewarm water with some seeds or something, you know, like depending on your requirement, a jeera water or whatever. Your breakfast can be your tea, coffee with some protein rich breakfast. I've already mentioned there's eggs, there's your idli, then there's your sprouts, there's your chilas, all those healthy options. There's thepla. We Indians have a lot of options for breakfast. Mid morning can be your fruits and nuts. Lunch has to be a roti or a rice with vegetables and a salad. Make sure 1 katori of dal or sprouts or paneer has to be a part of your lunch every day. Dahi or chaat has to be a part of your meal every single day because probiotics are very important. Tea time can be your evening green tea or regular tea or with your diet snacks, which I mentioned so many names. Again, you have to meet your requirement of 5 fruits and vegetables. So you can have a 4 o'clock fruit also. You can have your nuts, you can have your makhana, and your dinner can be your soup and something light, maybe a rice and dal or a khichdi curry or some variety depending on what suits you. And a bedtime can be a glass of milk. Now, this is a generalized sample plan, but it is, of course, specific to each and every one.
Okay. Next question we have here is, what is the ideal time for having dinner?
That is the most common question also that I get, but depends on our lifestyle again. So 8 o'clock is ideal time, but maybe you are coming late from work. So then 9 is your ideal time, but not later than 9, of course, because then you immediately go to sleep and, you know, and then your dinner has to vary. So whatever your dinner is depends on what your time of dinner is. So then you'll have to have something, a lighter meal, which is easier to digest and so that you can sleep well.
All right. Next question we have here is, why do we feel sleepy, tired, not fresh after waking up in the morning despite taking enough sleep of 7 to 9 hours?
So that is a deficiency then. So then when you are deficient in vitamin D3 or B12, this is very common. This is a global problem that is happening. Everybody's having D3 and B12 deficiency. So that can lead to lethargy and laziness. So even if you have slept well the whole night, you are not fresh. That is one of the reasons. Or if you have too much of screen time throughout the day, you're sitting throughout on the computer, your sleep is sometimes a disturbed sleep. You're not relaxed. So if you do not have a relaxed and a sound sleep, you wake up feeling more disturbed. So we'll have to study the person's lifestyle and then accordingly, you know, advise some changes for him.
All right. Next question we have here is, how should we follow NEAT, that's NEAT, while having work from home office?
So we have to get, NEAT is, I spoke about NEAT. So non-exercise activity thermogenesis. It's about keeping yourself active throughout the day. Yes, if you're working from home, you have to sit with your laptop every hour. You have to make sure you get up, you get your drink, get your glass of water by yourself. Don't order things directly on your table. So you have to keep moving in the house throughout the day. And that's also going to increase your need. You have the stairs. You can go up and down the stairs. You have to remove 10-15 minutes in 2 hours, 3 hours and do some kind of moving around, and that's going to increase. If you're on the phone, you can always keep talking and walking. So that's how you will increase your needs.
Okay, these are some good tips, I think, for people working from home. So we should definitely follow that. Next question we have here is, when you said pen down your goal, did you mean pen and paper or does a digital medium equally work?
anything. That is just up to you. But why I said that, because when you have something written, and that is when your subconscious mind is aware that this is the goal that I see myself, so I see myself in 2023 to achieve a certain result, weight loss, maybe a happier me, or a leaner me, whatever it is, just write it down. So subconsciously you are aware, and that will increase your focus also. So every now and then, maybe once in a week, once in a month, or every 15 days, keep a look at your goals, and am I working towards these things? So that keeps you more focused. So that is why I said about penning down your goals. Write it in a book or a digital notebook, whatever is comfortable, but that will keep your subconscious mind always aware that this is the path you have to work on, and will help you build the blueprint towards it.
Right. Okay, next we have here is most of us eat tea with chapati in breakfast. Is that good to health?
No, it's not good to health. I know tea chapati is a very common breakfast, but yeah, it is a deficient one. There is no protein in this breakfast, so we could add an egg or a sprouts to add to this.
Okay. Right. Next we have here is, does eating meals at weird hours impact the body, considering this that some of us are doing shifts that start later in the day?
Oh yeah, that does. That does. If you do not have a proper schedule and having erratic meals and erratic meal timings, that creates a chaos in your body. So make sure that whatever is the time, always keep the specified regular time for your breakfast, for your lunch, for your tea time, dinner, bedtime. After bedtime, if you're snacking, eat something healthy. So maintaining that schedule is very important.
Okay. All right. Couple of more questions we have in the Q&A box. I'll quickly read them. One is, can we follow brunch, snacks, and dinner meal plan for weight loss?
Brunch, snacks, and dinner. So that will be a good plan, but if you have a high BMR, why I mentioned about having a regular meals, breakfast. So the sugar level, the blood sugar has to be always maintained steady. Shouldn't fall down. We should not go into hypoglycemia, because then if we are in hypoglycemia, we crave all the unhealthy foods, anything and everything that comes in our mind or around us, we'll just eat it. So body should never go into a hypo and then go into a hyper again. So to maintain the steady sugar levels, that is exactly why I mentioned about breakfast, mid-morning, lunch, tea time, evening, late evening, dinner or bedtime, so that you always steady with your glucose. Shouldn't go up and down. But yes, if this suits you, brunch and snacks and dinner, and you're able to maintain your weight with that.
All right, that's great. Next, we have your, I think, couple of questions related to sugar-free tablets. Can we add sugar-free tablets instead of white or brown sugar? Or is brown sugar good to have? Also, stevia is supposed to have low glycemic index, so can we consume it guilt-free?
Okay. So about sweeteners, sugar, we'll talk about sugar and brown sugar first. Sugar and brown sugar have the same calories. Brown sugar is not refined, white sugar is refined. So that's the only difference. So if you're looking at calorie restriction, either or will give you the same calories. Cane sugar, brown sugar, any different kind of, even for that matter, jaggery. Jaggery has the same calorie like sugar. So the people come to me with like hum chai mein sugar we are not adding, but we are adding jaggery. So the calories remain the same. You may get one or two benefits here and there, but the calorie remains same. These are about the sweeteners. Now, artificial sweeteners. Artificial sweeteners have 0 calories. They are generally not advised because of their detrimental effects on our health. Some of them were potent carcinogenics, which are banned. They are not available in India, abroad. Most of the places, aspartame was the ingredient which was banned. So we do not get it easily here, but it is still available. Sugar-free products, there are some which are natural. So there are many formulas that are available in sweeteners, and they are giving us 0 calories. They help in calorie restriction. If you are a diabetic, you have been advised to completely give up on sugar. You may take those supplements, the sweetener. So they do not have any calories in them. Stevia is a plant extract. So stevia is again a 0 calorie product. It is a plant extract. It is considered to be more safer than the other sweeteners. So that is why it's been prescribed freely, but none of this should be taken extensively for a longer period of time.
Right.
Ideally, they do not get absorbed in your system. So they are excreted out through your digestive system, but some toxins do remain. So what I advise is generally I give sugar substitutes. So we have like a cinnamon powder, which is a sugar substitute. So if you add cinnamon powder to your milk or your tea, it imparts a natural sweetness. So if your body gets used to having something which is more healthier and a sugar substitute, you'd rather not go to the artificial sweetness.
Okay. So I think we've got some options for sugar and brown sugar as substitutes. So I think we should all use that. Next we have is, what are your thoughts about apps for health goals like Healthify? Do you think we can consider them as an option?
Yeah, so I am not sure about whether I should take names, but yeah, there are good apps. Yeah, there are goals, steps that are goals, and many apps that help you achieve your steps. There are apps that help you with weight loss. That helps you with diet plan. So there are these days many apps available that do help you with achieving your goals, and there's nothing wrong in looking. But yeah, make sure that they're from authentic sources. You know, so whoever is advising you over there has to be a professional clinical dietitian.
Okay, great. I think last question here is food alternative to D3 and B12 deficiency, irrespective of medicine.
Yeah, D3 is a vitamin, that is a fat soluble vitamin. It is available only in sunlight and not available in any vegetarian sources. So, and due to the smog that is present, it is a global pandemic that we are not having D3 enough in our body. So D3 deficiency has to be corrected with supplements if it is really low. Okay, there are supplements that can be taken. There are food items also, but they are non-vegetarian food items like fatty fish, egg yolk. They contain some amount of vitamin D. But you know, the deficiency that we are seeing these days in the reports are really low. So if you are between a 10, lower than 10, 10 to 20, if your D3 is that low, then you cannot expect any food source to help you with the deficiency. So you will have to take the supplements. Same goes for B12. B12 is, yes, it can be corrected if you're taking milk and milk products. So milk products can help you with the B12 deficiency. Non-vegetarian food items are rich sources of B12. But those also the organ meats and all. So depends on what is your diet like that you can increase your B12 through. But yes, with vegetarians, it's very common to see a D3 and B12 deficiency. Right. And we'll have to correct it with nutrition supplements.
Okay, I think last 2-3 questions we have in the chat box. We'll quickly do last 2-3 questions, and rest of the questions you can probably email us and we can get that resolved from Soniya. So yeah, we have here, is it advisable to eat coconut milk? Is brown rice better? And third is coconut sugar good for health?
Okay, one by one we said about coconut milk, right? Is it advisable? Yeah,
is it advisable to heat coconut milk?
Heat coconut milk. Okay. So coconut milk is a good source of MCTs, medium chain triglycerides. Yes, heating can affect the vitamins in the coconut milk, but the MCTs are not destroyed. So it's a very good source of good fats in your body. So coconut milk can be consumed raw and fresh. But yes, can be cooked as we use it in our Thai curries and everything. We are cooking the coconut milk. It's not going to destroy most of the qualities in it. So can be cooked. No problem with that.
Is
brown sugar, rice, I think, as
brown rice.
Brown rice. Brown rice is compared to white rice is again the unpolished rice. So this is a polished rice, white rice, and it depends on your condition. There are some people who find it very difficult to digest brown rice. It's very difficult to have the whole fiber part of the brown rice. So it is individual specific. But white rice is also not a bad thing to have, as the controversy says that avoid white rice completely. It's not that. It is the most simplest to digest. In fact, when you're feeling sick, curry, khichdi, rice dal is the only thing that you feel like.
Right.
So you can have your rice, there's no problem. But if you're looking for other goals and you wish to switch to brown rice, it is a very healthy alternative.
Okay. Last question of the day, is coconut sugar good for health?
No, I did mention, no, they're all good. Cane sugar, coconut sugar, they're all very nice, but they have the same calories. So there is nothing that you don't look for vitamins and minerals in a sugar. You look for vitamins and minerals in a fruit and vegetable. So they're all equivalent as compared to weight management.